plaintiff, Douglas Cole, says the defendant is his niece, and he helped raise her. Douglas claims the defendant was spoiled growing up, and now she likes the finer things in life. And he's suing her today for an unpaid electric bill. Defendant Amber Hood says Douglas should be less concerned with her and more concerned with his drug-addicted son, who was with Douglas in court. Amber claims Douglas enables his son's addiction, and instead of fighting over an electric bill, they should be trying to get him some help.
Start with you.
Sir, I have tried to be a good nephew to Amber. She was a little girl.
You're the nephew or the uncle?
I am the uncle.
Okay, you say you're trying to be a good nephew.
Well, or a good niece, I'm sorry.
Nothing. You're trying to be a good niece.
No, uncle, I'm sorry.
What
Amber,
you trying to be?
Trying to be a good uncle.
Okay.
Yes. Amber was a little girl. She was raised with me, and I kind of come up through her life. I was more
From
like
what age?
She was young, her entire life.
5, 7?
Young, baby.
Young, real young, like year.
Until what age?
She was 8 to now. I mean, she moved out on her own about 18, 19 years old. And she's a wonderful girl. She works hard. She's a hard-working young lady. She gets up early in the morning, delivers mail, and she goes and works at another restaurant and works diligently. She works very hard. Amber likes the better qualities of life. She likes her hair done and that kind of thing.
That's basic qualities of life.
Well, she pays like a lot of money for the hairdos.
Okay.
This is box color, sir.
Yeah, she pays a lot of money for her hairdo.
How do you know?
Right. Well, I mean, I've been around her entire life. I know she.
You sit up at the hair salon?
No. My mom's a beauty operator.
Okay, there you go.
So I kind of, know what
if your mom was in the business, that's how you know.
Was in the business, yes. And Amber, has had nails, and my mother was very good to Amber. Amber was spoiled by all of us. We all loved her, obviously,
Was she a good child?
She was a good kid, very good kid.
Good.
Very good kid. I have no place.
No drugs?
No drugs. She's got 3 kids, but she's a very good mother to them. She kind of overspends on her kids, to be honest with you. But she is a very good mother. I don't really have no complaints.
Sounds like you're saying she's ghetto fabulous and won't even pay her electric bill.
Kind of, Judge.
$200 haircuts, spend everything on the kids. What else you say? Nails laid to the bone and sitting in the dark.
Right.
Yeah, people like that.
Oh, yeah.
Ghetto fabulous. I mean, they got the bags, the Chanel bags, the red bottoms. Go home and it's cold and dark.
Oh, yeah. I have tried to be a good nephew to Amber. She was a little girl.
You're the nephew or the uncle?
I am the uncle.
Okay, you say you're trying to be a good nephew.
Well, or a good niece, I'm sorry.
Nothing. You're trying to be a good niece.
No, uncle, I'm sorry.
What you trying to be?
Trying to be a good uncle.
Okay.
Defendant Amber Hood says the plaintiff is her uncle, and she claims he enables his son's drug addiction.
Let me hear from you, young lady.
Okay, so my only issue is my family a lot of them have a drug addiction. A lot. From pills to harder drugs. And my uncle is worried about how I live and that I get my nails done and I box color my hair for some reason. But the end story should be how we're going to get his son some help. His son, who just held a gun to my 11-year-old son's face less than a month ago. So the end story is how I'm living is not even an issue because my uncle enables his son to do drugs. I work 16 hours a day to buy my kids tennis shoes, not a bag of dope.
How was it growing up in the household with him, though? It was all right?
Which one, Uncle Doug or Dustin?
The uncle.
The uncle.
I guess the cousin was there as well.
Yeah.
So how was that?
We were always really close.
Okay.
Our whole childhood, we were really close. My uncle's wife had passed in a car accident. Dustin was maybe 9 or something. Okay. After that, things kind of fell apart. And Uncle Doug and I aren't close at all. At one point, I wanted him to walk me down the aisle in my wedding, okay? We don't even speak.
Why?
I will go to my grandma's house and we don't even speak.
He said that you all had a fine relationship.
As a child, it was good.
When did it go wrong? When did it go bad?
After Aunt Tammy passed away. He lost control of his son. He lost himself. That was the love of his life. He lost himself. He got into drugs a little bit. He got himself clean. But in the meantime, he lost his son, and his son got lost to drugs. That was my best friend sitting in that chair right there. I don't even know that kid anymore.
How soon after the death did he become
It took him a while. It took him a while.
drug addicted?
He smoked weed when he was young. The bigger addictions came when we were older. It started with his attitude was bad. He did bad in school. Our whole family kind of fell apart after that.
I was gonna say it's more the whole family
Yeah.
fell apart. And it wasn't because of Tammy. It was because the whole family just didn't care anymore. I hate to say that.
Why did they stop caring?
I don't know, Judge.
We lost our grandfather shortly after that too.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of a overwhelming time in our lives.
And you don't attach it to those deaths?
I don't. I try not to, Judge.
I know, but realistically, don't you think that the problems, your family breaking apart at the exact time that your wife and father died, you don't think they have something to do with each other?
Well, it's been so long. I mean, all this didn't happen the time that they died. This happened later on down years. It wasn't that point of the death.
Okay, so the family didn't break down after her death.
Yeah, it was years, few years down the road before the family started breaking apart.
And what type of destructive?
Dustin was really hurt. Dustin's been, he took his mom's death very, very traumatically.
A 9-year-old, of course.
Yeah, and his mom was from Alaska, so his mom went to Alaska and he was left here with me, and I don't think he had the same relationship as his brother did with his mother, and Dustin reacted a lot differently with that than...
Did you get him counseling, or did you know to do that?
We tried to get Dustin counseling, and Amber is the one that fought me the whole time that Dustin... I was trying to get him counseling with her and her boyfriend, fought me the whole way. I actually had to...
Saying what?
She just let him run away to go to her house.
You didn't want him to go to counseling?
I raised this child.
I understand that.
Okay,
You
of
stopped him
course
from going to
I still
counseling?
want him to go to counseling.
Oh,
right
so
now,
he's not
today.
telling the truth?
No, I never even knew that he even attempted to go to
when
counseling.
he was going to counseling, Amber, and she was telling him to run away to her house and get away from it, and I couldn't get him.
Did you tell her, I want to put him in counseling?
She wouldn't listen to me at that point.
Did you tell her that?
I tried. I couldn't.
How did you try? Tell me how that went.
I called.
Tell me how it went to say, I want my son to go to counseling. And she says, no,
Judge,
Uncle, I don't want him to. And in fact, I'm going to help him run away to keep from going to counseling.
I tried to call her several times when he ran away. I finally had to have him go to the courthouse.
All right, that's enough, sir. You're right. The love and concern that you show today for your cousin, I thought it would be very odd that you would, when he needed help, reject the help and advise his father not to get him help, and beyond that, even facilitate him not getting the help. And so I'm not going to allow him to put that on you and put that on your heart. And so, sir, sounds like you need some counseling now, because it sounds like you're in denial of reality. That's what it sounds like to me. And maybe it's from the trauma you suffered, but you're not being honest today, and you're in denial about what happened. So I think you might need a little counseling, sir, to deal with those issues. And I understand that. Sounds like you're in denial of reality. That's what it sounds like to me. And maybe it's from the trauma you suffered, but you're not being honest today, and you're in denial about what happened. So I think you might need a little counseling, sir, to deal with those issues. And I understand that.
Defendant Amber Hood says the plaintiff is her uncle, and she claims he enables his son's drug addiction.
What are you suing her for?
I'm suing her for an electric bill. She called me and asked me to put electric in my name, and she neglected to pay the bills.
When was that? When did you put it in your name?
It was in 2018, sir.
18?
Yes, sir.
All right, and you have the bill with you?
Yes, sir.
And she never paid anything?
Well, she paid on the bill, but that was the balance of the bill.
Okay. Ma'am, what do you say to this?
The consumer's bill was where you pay a certain amount a month, and then when you move out or you stop the lease or whatever's owed or whatever they owe you, it'll either be a credit or you have to pay. So that's what that is. We overused, it's for a year. We overused the consumers by that amount, so that would have been the last bill that was due for the consumer's bill.
Okay, you were the only one to live there and use it, right?
Dustin actually had stayed with me in that house several times, on and off, when I lived in that house and never paid a dime. So no, I wasn't the only one that used that electric.
But you never required him to pay? Was that a condition of him staying there?
I sure didn't.
Yeah, well, you were being a nice cousin, as we know that you are.
Got it.
As such, I'm gonna have to grant the judgment, $1,047. You had exclusive use of it. Have a good day, sir. Do you want us to help your son with counseling? And young man, do you want counseling and treatment?
Yes, please.
All right, good. Our staff is gonna help you. We're gonna help you. Have a good day.
Well, I just hope he gets the help he needs, I guess.
You need it.
Wrong
I
denial,
swear
I
to God,
guess.
you need it. Love you too.
I love you, Cody.
Love you too.
I'm sorry.
I'm glad he's gonna get some help though.
Me too.
Plaintiff Quasha Palmer has a child with the defendant. She claims he physically abused her when she was pregnant. Quasha petitioned the court for a DNA test to prove to the defendant that he is her child's father. And she's suing him for car repairs. Defendant Charles Coleman says Quasha is a violent drunk. And once when they were arguing, she broke his finger. Charles claims whenever they argue, Quasha tells him he is not their daughter's father, and he's countersuing for harassment.
Start with you.
Charles is my daughter's father. I feel like I ain't never been respected. We always got into physical fights.
How long you all been together?
Since 2016 to 19 of, I say,
16 to 2019?
yeah,
And
this year.
how often would you all get in physical fights?
It was every few months
Okay.
on down the line.
Police ever come often or at all?
And like, he punched me in my stomach one time when I was pregnant with his child.
The police come?
After I left his brother's house, I had made a report when I got to my sister's.
Did they follow up?
No.
Did they come and take a report, or they took
They
your
took a report, but
never followed
yeah,
up? Has he ever been arrested and jailed for domestic violence?
no.
Okay.
They never
How many
followed up
times
with
have
it.
you filed?
I only had filed once because like
Okay.
every time we'd get into it, we'd never speak to each other for like a couple of months, and then we'd get back cool,
Okay.
and everything would be all right.
Okay.
Then everything just repeat.
Okay. How old is your child?
She's 2.
Okay. All right. So you want to give me some background?
Well, this is my daughter's mother. We have gotten into physical altercations before, but it's due to her. We drink. It'd be because of the liquor, drinking, and too much consumption. And
You come across as being a much, much bigger drinker than her.
Yeah, I mean,
All right. So if drinking causes it,
drinking causes a problem.
There you go.
She does get violent, and she does get confrontational when she is drunk.
okay.
So, and then one incident, she broke my finger. We was in Detroit.
Why?
We was into it down there. That's where one of the fights came from. We was on the way home to my sister's house down there, and she ended up like
Where at in Detroit?
I was on 7 Mile in Van Dyke. My sister stayed on Stoddard. We going across 7 Mile. She stayed on Stoddard, and I was driving. She ended up the light was red, so I was braking. She threw the car in park, and like it jerked us while we,
That happened?
Yeah, it did.
Okay,
I'm
good
trying to get away from him.
Yeah. Then she was trying to like start tussling over the keys or whatever. So I was trying to hold her back while I was doing that. She ended up breaking my finger.
Okay.
And every time she gets mad or anything like that, she tried to throw my daughter in it, like try to use my daughter against me. Or
How?
she would say stuff like, Maury ain't yours, or
Is that true?
No.
I mean, I got evidence of that.
Where?
Right
Let
here.
me see it. We about to kill her case real quick. If what you say you have in writing, her case will pretty much be over. She was very quick to say no on that. And then, ma'am, you don't try to get away when you're grabbing keys. You throw it in park and then you get out the door and keep going.
I mean, he the reason why we got into it.
This is going by what you told me, ma'am. You told me that the reason you broke his finger in the car
Because
or the
he
reason
kept
you slapped.
hitting.
Let me finish.
I'm sorry.
You told me the reason you put it in park because you wanted to get away. And you wanted to get away by putting it in park while running and then grabbing the keys. That sounds like a person wanting to get away to me. You- Morris is not yours. Take her off your page. Oh, and I got the bread to take your last name off her. Doing that in the morning. Bye now. Let's get the DNA test.
Plaintiff Quasha Palmer has a child with the defendant, but she claims he was physically abusive and once pushed her in her stomach when she was pregnant.
All right, let's check on this harassment because I'm inclined to believe what you're saying now.
She had her.
This is significant harassment to keep throwing into question the birth of your child. Now she's saying even take your name off. Yeah, that would cause anyone emotional distress, any man. You believe the child is yours?
I do.
All right. Your counterclaim for $2,000 is granted. All the anguish and emotional distress I'm sure you suffer every time she tells you that. You're winning a judgment for $2,000 for harassment, for causing this emotional distress, and the child is yours. Good luck to you. Your claim is dismissed.
I'm just trying to move forward from this. I really didn't even want to come here. I'm just trying to move forward with it.
I just came here to get the money worth for my car that he done totaled.
Plaintiff Raymond Paternity Jr. says he's here today as a concerned parent because the defendant, who's his son, has been addicted to pills and alcohol for years. Raymond claims his other son was recently forced to call the police after the defendant attacked him. And he's suing today for the cost of a car and emotional distress. Defendant Raymond Paternity says he had a rough childhood and ended up moving out of his father's home at age 17. Raymond admits that he and his father got into a physical altercation, but he insists his father initiated it by pushing him on the bed. He's countersuing for unreturned property and emotional distress.
Prove your case.
Well, first of all, I'm here as a concerned parent. I have 3 boys, and Raymond is spiraling out of control. From an early age, he addicted to pills and alcohol abuse. And
how old did he start using?
At 15, 16, he had problems with, always had my knee hurts, my back hurts, can I get an aspirin, a Tylenol? Pills would come missing up out of the house. I was a single parent. I did the best I could raising my boys, did the best I could.
What happened to his mother?
His mother gave birth to him and the oldest brother and just wanted to go, didn't want kids anymore,
All
took
right.
off, took off. I'm just really concerned for him. If he doesn't get help, he's going to spiral out of control.
Sir, let me hear from you.
Well, first of all, I'd like to give you a little bit of background on our relationship. Me and my father have always had a rocky relationship, from the beginning. From the beginning, we've always argued, we've always butted heads, and then...
From the beginning? You couldn't talk in the beginning.
Well, since I was able to talk back, since I could talk back,
Maybe 10 or something?
Yeah, right around in there. And, it really got bad when about a year and a half ago, we got into a physical altercation. He beat me up pretty bad. I had to get a 6-month restriction order.
How did that happen?
You know what? That's not even what happened, Raymond. Why don't you come clean and tell the truth? Your Honor, he came to my house to stay there because he was having a dispute with his wife. He was getting divorced. He came to my house and he walked in there and he showed up, dropped a bunch of stuff on, was gone for 4 or 5 days at a time, come back, borrowing money from me. He said he got a job. He wrecked his car. He went to the bar. He wrecked his car, left it in a ditch. I had the Denton Police Department calling me the next day, where's Ray at? Because his car's in a ditch. There's a half a bottle of tequila in there and there's all kinds of empty beer cans.
I was not the one driving, Your Honor. I had a designated driver who had been drinking, unbeknownst to me.
So your designated driver was drunk?
Yes. outside the bar. I was in the bar. I didn't know he was outside of my car drinking.
Passed out?
No, he didn't pass out.
Oh.
It was raining. The road was slippery. He took a turn too fast, hit a tree.
Finish telling me about yourself now.
Okay, yeah. So, you know, there's
Age 10, you all had friction?
Yeah, you know, we had to get the PPO and everything, you know, rough childhood, constantly moving, constantly changing schools. You know, when I was 17, I was like, all right, you know, I'm gonna do this on my own. So I moved out on my own. 18, I got married, didn't last long, divorced a couple months later. 2006, I remarried and had a son.
Okay.
And
what about all the drug use that he alleges occurred prior to this?
You know, I was drinking a little bit more then. I really wasn't really into drug. You know, I did smoke pot.
From age 15, as he said?
No, because I didn't even move out till I was 17, and that's when I started doing stuff and getting into trouble.
Please, you know you were drinking before you moved out.
That's one of the problems, Raymond. Raymond, you would come home at 15 years old and have beer all over his breath, or I'd have stuff missing out of my refrigerator. My pills would be missing. He even took one of my Viagras once.
No, I wasn't even living with you at 15. So how is that possible?
Well, you know, between 15 to 17, Raymond, you know.
No.
Come clean, be honest.
I am being honest. You're the one lying.
You know? He left, Your Honor, when he left home and he got married, I got a note. I got a note from him scribbled. He didn't even have the respect for me to even leave a decent note. It was a scribblage on the back of an old receipt that was laying around the house. I'm leaving, don't try to find me, I'm doing this on my own. Ray.
Has he been able to do it on his own? Have you?
I've done pretty well, yes.
Okay.
Okay, can I interject? And Ray, you left a good part out where when you got married and a month later after getting married, you were getting divorced again. I got a phone call from his wife's mother. Raymond was they bought him a house, a car, snowmobiles, TV for every room.
His in-laws bought him?
His in-laws bought him. They own a little putt-putt place up north. And
married into money.
He was supposed to, yeah, but all he had to do was rake the pine needles up 3 times a month. Around the putt-putt, just rake pine needles up. He did it for the first
3 times a month.
Yeah, he did it for the first.
No.
He did it for the first few months, and then he just disappeared. Disappeared from his wife. Then he moved in with somebody. I got a phone call from the wife's mother telling me, you know, your son's this, that, and the other thing. If you don't go get him, there's people coming from Detroit. They're gonna hurt him.
Oh no!
That's a little far-fetched.
Oh no! Well, I mean,
because he was.
What's so scary about people coming from Detroit to get you?
Well, because she said that they were going to cause him great bodily harm.
Go ahead,
Her relatives. They were her relatives.
Right.
His wife's relatives that were angry at Raymond.
Sir, you blew that good deal. How did you blow that?
I was too young. That's what it boils down to.
Just tell me what was happening.
I didn't like being married. I was 18. Just got married.
Defendant Raymond Paternity is being sued by his father, who claims Raymond assaulted him and broke his rib.
Go ahead.
Well, his second marriage was that he bettered up because they did the same thing for him.
Showered him with money.
Oh, put him in a beautiful house trailer, beds with everything, and then he did get a job. And
I paid for it.
Then he did get a job, and I started to get proud of him. He got his life together. But when all this happened, he was doing pills, he was drinking. He left his second wife on a divorce. He came to stay with me. He was never there unless he came to borrow money from me, in and out, or pass out. I have some photos, Your Honor, of when he came home one time. What happened to him at a party.
We're going to have to get to the loans in a second, but what photos do you want to show me?
Yeah. This is how he came home from a party that he had spent the night at.
How old was he, son?
22.
All right. What is the face?
We were at a party having a good time, you know, drawing each other. I was old enough to go out and party, so I did.
Those guys from Detroit caught up with him.
All right, sir. The car, unpaid loans, and emotional distress.
Okay. The car, first of all, I have a receipt that he scribbled down on an envelope, and I signed the car over to him. And his friend
signed it over to him in exchange for $2,100?
For $2,100. He was supposed to pay me $150 a month, Your Honor.
How much have you received?
0.
All right, what else?
There was 2 loans.
For how much?
For $450 and $500.
When did you loan him that?
That was 8/20 of 08.
How much has he repaid?
0.
What else?
The emotional distress, the pain, and suffering. When we had the altercation in September of 2008.
Tell me about it. I haven't heard about it.
He came home came back to my house because he's been gone for 4 or 5 days. Then he came back and he was inebriated. He brought a bottle of vodka in. He was using my cell phone and my computer, which takes my home phone line up as well. Tried to get the phone from him. I said, I need one of the phones. He wouldn't give it to me. So he started getting mad and he threw the phone. He started taking the computer apart, was going to take the hard drive out of it because he had just sold it to me. And he was mad. I'm taking my stuff and going. So when I went to grab the computer, he turned around and fell on the bed and he kicked me on the rib cage, bruised my spleen and broke my rib. And that's when my son Jeremy, here I have medical records for all this too. And my son Jeremy called 911. He was living at my house at the time.
Your Honor, that's not at all how the fight went.
You tell me.
He pushed me onto the bed. You know, if I had broke his rib, ruptured his spleen, he wouldn't have been able to bear hug me and slam me into the wall. And after I managed to break free, I went into the living room and I wanted to call 911, but he had taken the phone from me. At that point, I do believe my brother was on the phone with 911 with him. You know, we got into a scuffle out into the living room. He pushed me backwards. I fell onto a coffee table. I bruised my back.
Okay.
And then
I'm going to conclude this was mutual combat based on what I'm hearing from you and from you. That's what that was. I'm not granting anyone any emotional distress over this fight. Your counterclaim, $1,575, unreturned property, and emotional distress. Tell me how he owes you.
the emotional stress was again because of the fight. And then I also have the breakdown of the property left at his house.
Defendant Raymond Paternity is being sued by his father, who claims Raymond assaulted him and broke his rib.
Sir, do you have his items?
Your Honor, I have a statement where he came back to the house and what he took from a person who stayed at my house while his girlfriend drove me to the other hospital.
Did you want to speak, young man?
Oh, yes.
State your name for me.
I'm Jeremy Paternity. I'm his brother and he's my father. During the fight and everything, he went and tried to take everything out of the house. He was grabbing the TV, slamming against the wall, and my dad just stood in front of him, holding the TV, slamming up against him with the TV. And I told my brother, look, just leave it alone. It's just personal items. I finally found the house phone after it got thrown. How it got thrown, I have no idea. I don't remember. Called the cops. I called the cops, and then I ran the phone to my dad, and then how Raymond tripped over the table, I have no idea.
All right, Marshall Clark, go with you, and Jenny Bird?
No, not with me.
They're not your friends?
No, they're not my friends. They're his friends.
They're my friends. They watched my house, and he let Raymond into the house for his clothes, and Raymond grabbed his CD case, he grabbed some cables, and the hard drive off the computer.
That didn't happen?
No, I just grabbed my clothes.
He got his stuff, Your Honor. He got it. I have no use for his stuff.
That's enough. What's the deal? What's the deal on you guys now, your relationship?
I would love to be able to rectify this and move on, because I have a grandson I'm not allowed to see.
How do you think we can do that?
I don't know. I mean, Raymond needs help. You know, no matter what he's saying, he needs help.
You need help too.
Coping with him, that's a mental distressor.
I'm going to grant his judgment minus the emotional distress, $3,050. Yours is dismissed, sir. You haven't proven that he failed to allow you to retrieve your property. Have a good day.
I'll see my grandson soon. Get real, get your job, your life together. That's all I want. You have a son you have to be a role model for. Do the best you can and get a real life.
All right, stop being a and we're all good.
We recently spoke with both plaintiff Raymond Paternity Jr. and defendant Raymond Paternity, who told us after their case was heard, things between them improved. Raymond Jr. said Raymond got sober, went to college, became a photographer, and also got married and had a baby. Raymond Jr. also said he's doing great, and he got married 2 years ago. Raymond told us that his relationship with Raymond Jr. improved for a while after their case, but Raymond Jr. got upset after Raymond reconciled with his mother. However, Raymond said he loves Raymond Jr. and hopes they can get their relationship back on track.